If you're a legal professional handling a personal injury case with complex facts, disputed liability, or damages that are difficult to explain, the power of the case can get buried under medical records, expert opinions, timelines, and competing details. A settlement documentary brings the facts, impact, fault, damages, and trial risk together in one clear presentation. Hi, I'm Joe Justice, the founder of Justice Legal Video, with more than 25 years of experience helping personal injury attorneys explain complex injuries, demonstrate damages, and strengthen cases through day-in-the-life videos, settlement documentaries, and forensic animation. In this video, I'll answer the most common questions about settlement documentaries, including how they work, when to use one, what they should include, and how they can help defense understand the case they may face before a jury. What is a settlement documentary, and how is it used in personal injury litigation? A settlement documentary is a highly produced presentation that organizes the plaintiff's strongest evidence into a clear legal narrative for settlement negotiations or mediations. Sometimes called a mediation video or video settlement brochure, it combines case records, interviews, testimony, photographs, video, graphics, and other evidence to help adjusters, defense counsel, mediators, and other decision makers understand both the human impact of the case and the risk of taking it to trial. Can a settlement documentary help increase the settlement value of a case? While we can't guarantee a specific result, a settlement documentary can absolutely support a stronger case valuation by making the evidence easier to understand and harder to minimize. It allows the defense to see the plaintiff, understand the damages, evaluate the liability evidence, and consider how the full case will appear to a jury. When should a personal injury lawyer consider using a settlement documentary? An attorney should consider a settlement documentary when the case is serious, the facts are complex, the damages are being undervalued, or the full story cannot be communicated through a demand letter or records alone. It can be especially useful when the case involves multiple witnesses, experts, disputed liability, invisible injuries, significant non-economic damages, or a large volume of evidence that needs to be organized in one clear presentation. What type of case benefits the most from a settlement documentary? Settlement documentaries are commonly used for catastrophic injuries, medical malpractice, wrongful death, traumatic brain injury, spinal cord injury, trucking, product liability, construction accidents, nursing home abuse, and other high-value personal injury cases. They are also useful in cases involving complicated liability, invisible injuries, or damages that depend heavily on understanding who the plaintiff was before the incident and what has been lost. How is a settlement documentary different from a day-in-the-life video? A day-in-the-life video focuses on documenting the plaintiff's daily routines, limitations, medical care, and loss of independence after an injury. A settlement documentary presents the broader case by addressing the facts, the human impact, the defense fault, and a full measure of damages, with the day-in-the-life footage also being included as part of that larger presentation. When in the case timeline should a settlement documentary be produced? A settlement documentary should be considered once the attorneys have developed a strong grasp of the facts, liability, and damages. It does not have to wait until the case is nearly ready for mediation, although it can still be produced at that stage. Starting earlier gives us the time to organize the evidence, identify what still needs to be captured, and build a clear presentation. What should be included in a settlement documentary? My settlement documentaries follow a 5-part structure I have developed over years of producing legal videos. Part 1 is facts, where we establish the timeline and key evidence. Part 2 is impact, where we show what has changed in the plaintiff's life. Part 3 is fault, where we connect the defendant's conduct to the impact. Part 4 is damages, where we present the economic and non-economic losses. Part 5 is the reality check, where we lay out what the jury is going to see so that the decision makers can evaluate the risk of trial with open eyes. How long should a settlement documentary be? Many settlement documentaries fall between 15 and 30 minutes, although the right length depends on the complexity of the case and the amount of evidence that must be presented. The goal is to include every fact needed to establish liability, demonstrate damages, and communicate trial risk without repetition or unnecessary material. Does a settlement documentary need to be admissible at trial? No, a settlement documentary is not designed for admission at trial. It is produced for a pre-suit demand, settlement negotiation, or mediation, and may include material that could not be presented to a jury in the same form. However, individual footage, records, demonstratives, or other elements may still be admissible if they independently satisfy applicable evidentiary requirements. How much does a settlement documentary cost, and when is the investment justified? Settlement documentaries are custom productions, so the cost depends on the scope of the case, including the number of interviews, filming locations, records, experts, graphics, animation, travel, and editing required. I work on a project basis. Once we agree on the scope and approve a project fee, I complete the work at that price. The investment is usually justified when the case value, complexity of the evidence, and severity of the damages make a stronger visual presentation likely to improve how the claim is understood and evaluated by decision makers. Can a settlement documentary address both liability and damages? Yes, that's one of the main advantages over videos that focus only on the plaintiff's injuries. The facts and faults section establish what happened and connects the defendant's conduct to the harm, while the impact and damages section demonstrate what the plaintiff and the family have lost, followed by a reality check that brings both sides together by showing the defense what a jury will ultimately see. Can a settlement documentary be used as a pre-suit demand package? Yes, a settlement documentary can be delivered with a pre-suit demand package to give decision makers a clear and complete presentation of the claim before litigation begins. When the liability and damages are developed enough to support the demand, the video can help stakeholders evaluate the case earlier and understand the potential exposure before substantial time and expenses are invested in litigation. Every case is different, and not every case needs a settlement documentary. But when the facts are complex, liability is disputed, or the full impact of the damages is difficult to communicate through records, reports, and testimony alone, a settlement documentary can bring the entire case into focus. If you have a case that you're considering, click the link below to schedule a legal video discovery directly with me. We'll discuss the facts, your objectives, and whether a settlement documentary is the right tool to help present the strongest possible case for settlement negotiations or mediation. And as always, remember, persuasion begins before trial.